Well, hello everyone, and welcome to FranTastic InSights, where we provide insights from some of the coolest people in franchising. My name is Vicktoria White-Healy, and I'm the Vice President of Franchise Expansion at FranServe. And FranServe is the largest franchise consulting organization in the world. Our mission is to help change people's lives through franchise ownership. We do that through a network of amazing franchisors and franchise consultants who help their candidates explore franchise opportunities. Today, I'm excited to have an outstanding franchise opportunity with us, and that's Woofies Pet Ventures. And I have the pleasure of having the franchise development manager, Jamie Lavigne, who not only brings an amazing concept, but also brings amazing energy to this platform. So, Jamie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I've never been accused of not having enough energy, that's for sure. So thank you for having me, Vicktoria and FranServe. I am Jamie Lavigne. Most people do know me. I've been in franchising for 15 years, and I've been with Authority Brands for just had my 5-year anniversary. And when Authority Brands purchased Woofies back in January, I was like, please let me be on this brand, because I have had 5 dogs and a rabbit, and I still have a lot of dogs, and I just have a huge passion for animals. So I am excited to say that I am now part of the Woofies team, woof woof, and super pumped to get everybody just as pumped as I am.
Awesome. I knew you would bring the energy on this one. I'd love if you could share with the audience today a little bit about what Woofies, who it is, what it does, and what's your role with the company. I know you said a little bit about that, but also what traits make your brand unique.
Excellent. Yeah. So I'm the franchise development manager for Woofies. So I'll be working with your consultants, candidates through start to finish to see if it's the right fit, obviously. Woofies is a upscale pet care franchise, and it's very professional, but has multiple revenue streams. 3 of those being reoccurring. So we are mobile grooming, which is mostly going to be dogs, but certainly can be cats and rabbits and guinea pigs, surprisingly, and anything that somebody wants to have groomed and the groomer is comfortable with. Dog walking and cat walking. Yes, people do have their cats walked. And pet sitting. Pet sitting is also all animals, whatever those pet sitters are comfortable. So it could be bearded dragons and birds and turtles. And somebody asked me, can they do horses? And I said, yeah, of course, as long as that pet sitter is comfortable with horses. We work with all animals. Other revenue streams are something called pet taxi, which is, think of an elderly person that needs their animals to go to the vet, but they are not comfortable or capable of doing so. They can order a pet taxi. They'll do some community events. My favorite one is called Yappy Hour. It's where you partner with a restaurant, a bar, a brewery, and you work together to really promote this, where people will come in, drop their animal off to get brushed out and nail trims, and go have a drink. And when they come back for that, then they'll buy some retail products, and they charge for that service. So it's very profitable. So those are just a handful of things of the revenue streams that our franchisees can work from. What I think makes us different than, say, our competition is we are an emerging brand, but we're backed and powered by Authority Brands. So that makes it so much different, right? Because a lot of emerging brands are awesome, but they might not have the pocketbook to really invest in lots of other things that Authority Brands can do for us. So Authority Brands already pre-orders, because COVID vans are any of those big purchases are taking a long time. Those 20 vans, and they're going to continue to do that as we're growing, are already coming in starting next month, actually. So new franchisees won't have to wait very long. We have do it for me marketing. So our marketing department is going to do more than 90% of their marketing on their behalf. So which is great, because that's the scary part. Like, you have to have a marketing degree really to quite understand it. This way, they don't have to do that. And they also understand that one of the biggest roadblocks that anybody's having right now in franchising is recruiting people, right? So Authority Brands just actually hired a 3-person team to help recruit all employees for our franchisees. So those are groomers, dog walkers, pet sitters, and admin people. And they also just invested in a call center scenario that the franchisees can use to help limit some of the admin costs that they have. So those are just a few things. I could go on and on, but I'll let you go to your next question.
Well, no, I mean, you bring up some really great points in terms of differentiators and the Authority Brands. Being under that umbrella really gives you a lot of that power, and we see that with the call center, and obviously the people that you're bringing in for recruitment. Those are huge, for any franchise owner to have that backing. So I'm glad you shared that. Now, as an emerging brand, Jamie, I know that obviously you've got a lot of markets that are available. What are some of your markets that you're looking to reach? What are some of your major hotspots?
I think just about everybody would say some of the same ones, the Atlanta market, the Dallas market, the Houston market. We have wide open space for the most part, except for a handful of territories that are already open or have been awarded. I look at it from a perspective of income levels. The higher the income, the bigger the profit margins, the more you can charge. Now, this model can work in all income areas or majority of income areas. It just means that the pricing structure is a little bit different. But we're definitely out for those big markets in like those Atlanta, Texas, California. So there's only a couple of states that we're not looking to go into, which would be Washington, which, as we all know, is extremely difficult, etc. But so most of your territory checks are going to come back as available, luckily, until we start knocking them out of the park, and then you're going to start hearing some no's.
Which won't be long, I'm sure.
No.
So share with us what qualities you look for in a franchise owner. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to check boxes that, they're going to want to check their boxes: personal, professional, financial. What are you looking for in terms of the ideal candidate?
Yes, I love that question. I think one of the most important pieces is a passion for animals and community. It's a little bit debated, like, do you really need to love animals or just be a great business person? At the end of the day, this is a business that you're going to be around dogs and cats all the time, mostly dogs. And it's a fun, enjoyable business because of that. Even on your worst day, a goofy dog's going to make you smile, right? And you've got to participate in the community. This is a 7-day-a-week business. Beyond that, we're looking for people who have leadership and management skills. This is not a business that they can run 100% by themselves. They're going to need a team. So they've got to have that leadership skills to empower those people to help run their business with them to be successful. And they're going to need to be able to manage those managers. If they're having a huge successful business, they're going to have a lot of dog walkers and pet sitters. Those are over 90% part-time and fairly easy to manage, but there's a lot of them. With groomers, it's typically about 2 to 3 groomers per van. So depending on how many vans they have and how scalable and big they make this business, that'll determine that. But operational experience is really, really an important piece, because how much money you can make in this business has a lot to do with how efficient you're scheduling these vans. And so I love it when people have that brain that can calculate and see, those engineers and those operational people that really have the ability to see, if I do my schedules this way, I can add this much more revenue to my vans, et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. We do allow them to be semi-absentee as long as they put in a full-time operating person. They can start from home. Eventually, they'll need a commercial space for those vans, because hopefully they're going to have a fleet of them eventually as they scale. But I think those are the basics. We're not looking for dog groomers. We don't want them grooming dogs. We want them running the business. Dog groomers are very animal focused and artistic. So they're not great from a business acumen perspective, but I'm willing to be proven wrong if somebody has somebody that could make a good franchisee.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Let's go a little bit deeper. And I want to talk about one of FranServe's favorite hashtags on social media, and that's franchise strong. So we're very passionate about that concept, about franchising strong. To us, it embodies a group of caring individuals, a creative entrepreneurs that want to help people change their lives with franchise ownership. So many people think about being their own boss, and franchising, makes that a reality. But no matter the circumstances, the franchise community never loses sight of that. Can you share what Franchise Strong means to you and Woofies and Authority Brands?
Yes. This is probably my favorite question, actually. And we just recently at Authority Brands created our own hashtag, everyone wins together, right? Which I feel like is very synonymous to yours, right? What I love about Authority Brands and working for Authority Brands and why I haven't left is they believe in responsible growth, right? We all know that there's some brands out there that are going to sell 100, 200 or so units a year, and they're going to sell a 20 pack to somebody, a 10 pack, but will they open? We believe in scalable growth and doing the right thing at the right time. And so for me, our brand with Woofies, we're only going to sell up to 3 territories at a time. And we believe that is the responsible way to grow so that we know that they are all getting opened in a timely fashion. We want to help make dreams come true at Authority Brands. And it's same with Woofies and all the other brands. And a lot of our franchisees now are from all the brands are buying all the other brands, which is so cool to see. So right now I'm actually awarding a franchise to a Benjamin Franklin franchise, several units to a 1 Hour HVAC franchise. Looking at and talking to a few of the Home Watch Caregiver franchisees. They're buying the Monster Tree and the ASP and the mosquitoes, and it's cross-pollination, right? And so again, everyone wins together. So that's what I love about Authority Brands, is what I love about franchising, making dreams happen, and doing what's right by everybody.
I love that. And I really love the approach that you guys are taking with just the 3 units. As what we see in franchising a lot is you sell a lot of units, but then you have that, you can't get them open, so I love the approach of taking it, on a slower scale, making sure that the support is there, making sure that they're opening and growing that brand across the US. So bravo to that. It's so easy to see why you are so passionate about Woofies and Authority Brands. I mean, you've got the complete package, really, so I'd love to kick it off to you and say, what are your closing comments for the listeners, and wrap it up for us today, Jamie.
Thank you. Well, I kind of alluded to this earlier, but at the end of the day, if COVID did not teach us anything, but we have one life to live, and let's be happy and do stuff that we love. You can hear one of my dogs just itching in the background. Sorry. That's a great thing about Woofies now, is I don't have to apologize for my dogs all the time. But we have one life to live. So why not do something that can still make us good money, but we can enjoy? Like I mentioned, the Benjamin Franklin franchisee, he was visiting us at one of our franchisees' location, and we were having a really in-depth conversation, but literally every 30 minutes, a new dog was coming into the office that was just groomed and goofy and fun. And he's taking selfies with it and with the animals and stuff. And he leans back. He's like, man, this is what I want. I want somebody, people love to spend money on their animals. It's not a begrudging sale, right? And and so he's like, that's the lifestyle I want. And I think that's what I want people to understand, is that Woofies is extremely scalable. There's very minimal competition out there, and that'll change, I'm sure. But the need is absolutely enormous. So you can have your cake and eat it too with Woofies, in my opinion.
That's awesome. Jamie, thank you so much, for not only talking to me today about Woofies, but in Authority Brands, but also, again, just bringing the energy to this. So thanks again. Really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to watching Woofies grow.
Me too. Woof, woof.
Bye now.
Bye.